Hello and good afternoon, welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, we have an incredibly special car to share today. This is a 21 plate 2021 MX-5 RF. That's the GT Sport Tech, so the top of the range car with the light leather interior, all the wonderful features that come with the GT Sport Tech, including the BBS alloy wheels, reversing camera, all the good stuff. But there's one more thing that makes this car even more saleable and desirable. In fact, add the colour combination into that as well. Two more things. The fact that this has an automatic transmission. Now, these are becoming incredibly rare on the used car market, mainly driven by the fact that Mazda have stopped bringing in automatics into the country. They've ceased production of a UK spec automatic MX-5. I imagine they're probably going to stop them everywhere, but you know, given that the UK is one of the biggest markets for MX-5, I'm absolutely staggered really, but they don't bring them in anymore. Just manual transmission available, so these autos are climbing in value by the week and just becoming so hard to get. They've been trading at a bit of a premium for a while. That seems to have eased off a little bit now, but they are still incredibly difficult to source and very desirable used cars. Don't anticipate we'll have this car for long. It's got arguably the best colour combination of any Mazda. Deep crystal blue and light stone leather interior, which looks absolutely wonderful. Deep crystal blue is a really nice colour. I've said it a few times before. It is probably the best Mazda colour. Suits all the cars that it goes on. You know, to look good on something like a two-seat sports car like this, and on a large SUV like the CX-60 that we have in the range. That's quite a difficult thing to do for a colour, but deep crystal blue is probably the only one that manages it so well. Now, being a GT Sport Tech, like I mentioned, you've got a factory rear camera in the centre of the bumper there. There is a little release for the bonnet or boot, I should say, on the back of these cars. You just press that button one time. It's a very respectable size boot, given the size of the actual car itself. You can certainly get a suitcase in there, or a couple of bags of shopping. Now, I hadn't mentioned until this point, this car's covered less than 10,000 miles in 3.5 years. Wonderful condition BBS alloy wheels with Bridgestone Potenza tyres. That's what these cars are given from factory. You have keyless entry. If you're really observant, you'll also notice black mirror covers and a black roof as well, which really stand out on this car. When it's such a dark body colour, you wouldn't imagine those dark features are that obvious, but particularly in better light. It's the early part of November, so the lighting is appalling at the moment. Light leather interior, wonderful option with an MX-5, particularly against a dark exterior colour. For me, it had to be black, grey or deep crystal blue to really suit this interior really well. MX-5 branded scuff plates down there. If we jump in the car, I'll give you the exact mileage and show you a few more of the features. And yeah, that's like I said, the all-important feature of this car. And you do still have a manual shift with this, so when you're in automatic, you can move the shifter over to the right, and you've got paddles behind the steering wheel to shift up and down if you want to. It's a push-button start car that gets the car to come into life. And you'll see now 9,069 miles, which for a 3.5-year-old car is incredibly low. We're quite fortunate we get a few low mileage MX-5s. They're just that kind of car. They typically tend to be weekend cars or commuter cars that they take to the train station, but 9,000 in 3.5 years is particularly low. Got Mazda's multimedia system here. Now, this does include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that wasn't a standard feature, I think, until about 19 or 20 in these. So the fact this car's got it's very good. If you've not used Apple CarPlay before, then you can use a whole host of apps from your phone through this multimedia system. You do still have an integrated navigation system, so this is one that is not enabled from your smartphone. It has an SD card in there for the sole purpose of navigation, which is great. It's quite a rare thing with a modern car. Factory reversing camera, again, not particularly common on MX-5s. It was really reserved for this specification and the trim below it, dependent on the year of the car you're buying. Climate control air conditioning, heated seats, push button start, which we've seen earlier. All your controls down here for your multimedia system. Part of this is touchscreen when you're stationary as well. And you've got a little sport switch here. If you flick that up, you get a little sport logo appear down there, and that encourages the car to hold on to the gear that it's in for a little while longer, and also sort of sharpen up your throttle response. Automatic lights, automatic wipers, All your hands-free phone controls down here as well. You will notice this car's got a BOSE stereo, including speakers in the headrests. When you do make a telephone call, the voice of the person you're on the phone to comes through that. And with the folding metal roof, which is the RF option, press and hold this switch. You can be moving, but I think they say up to 5 or 6 miles an hour, so best just to be stopped while you do. And there's a little graphic which you can just see there that shows you what's going on at the time. And when roof's down, you get a little beep and it says operation complete. Now the RF stands for Retractable Fastback. It is a very, very good looking car, roof up or roof down. For me, it's this sort of rear three-quarter view where that car looks the absolute, looks its best. It's a very, very good looking car. The roof is completely folded away. You don't lose any boot space from the roof being down. But it is more like a Targa top. The section to the back here does open, so you actually can reach through into the car through there. But it's arguably quieter, more comfortable. You get that wind in the hair experience and all the security of a hard roof when the roof's up. The car will be supplied with a 12-month Mazda warranty. That's included in the advertised cost of the car. We can offer you nationwide delivery on this car, so if you don't want to miss out on what is becoming an exceptionally rare car, and to be fair, a wonderful example as well. The condition of this car is outstanding. We've got so carried away talking about specification and trim and colours and options, I forgot to mention the condition. The car's, I don't want to say it, but almost as new. I'm struggling to find a mark on it. All the alloys are in wonderful order, and yeah, if we can have a forecourt full of these, we'd certainly choose to at the moment. But sadly, we've only got the one, and don't anticipate we'll have it very long. So, if you've got any questions, by all means pick up the phone to us, and we'll do our very best to help you. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.